Okay, hi, it's Kaniece Sade. I am back after a year. It's been a minute since I have uploaded a video on this channel. It's probably been almost 2 years. Honestly, I'm not really sure, but it's been a long time and a lot has been going on this past year. So I'm gonna try to make this kind of, somebody knocking? But nobody knocking. Anyway, so a lot has been going on this past year though. I moved into my first apartment that I'm in right now, as you can see from like my background or whatever, but we're not here to talk about that today. So I want to try and make this as fast as possible, just because I filmed this a few times, but it ended up being like really long because I was like going through the screenshots. I haven't even said what it is yet. I got scammed. So basically I kind of got scammed, if you know you want to call it that, and I'll explain it as I go. I'll include screenshots on my screen, of course, for you guys to look at, but I'm also gonna send a link to the thread on my Twitter. If you have heard of the hairstylist, wig maker, I don't really know what exactly you would call it, but her name is Kandy Elise, and she has a business named Kandy Colors Wigs, and I ordered a wig from her back in, let me look at my messages, sorry, I should have been prepared because I knew I was about to film this video, but I just, April 10th is when I ordered this wig. I was supposed to be receiving, like, there's no pictures or anything that I can really provide of what the wig was supposed to look like exactly, but I did have a picture that I was going off of when I ordered this wig from Kandy. So it was supposed to be like a blue wig with like rainbow like streaks and like, you know, things like that. Of course I'll have like the messages and stuff on the screen. You can pause the screen if you want to like read them, or just go on the thread. But April 10th is when I ordered this wig, and then her return policy on her website, I will say this just from the beginning so you can get like a, I don't know, an idea of what we're working with here, but her return policy is 7 days for a refund. Hey, so I didn't really explain it that well when I was recording this video, but this is the return policy. It's 7 days have gone by since the purchase. They cannot offer a refund, yet to be eligible for a refund, the item must be unused and in the same condition that you received it, and it must be in the original packaging. However, I never received the item, so how am I meant to refund, you know, send it back for a refund if I never received it? And then also the turnaround time, it says this in the messages. She said her turnaround time is 3 weeks. She told another person 3 to 4 weeks. You can't really get a refund if the wig hasn't even been made, even if it's been past the 7-day return policy, or even the 3 to 4 week, you know, turnaround time that she says that she has had. But continue watching as you'll see that I never received anything for 3 months. So from when you're supposed to receive the unit, right? That's what I would think, at least. So I ordered that, and then I followed up with a message to her about 7 days later asking for like a certain change on the wig. She responded to that. Now I'm not gonna say all the dates, of course, because like I said, I will have everything on the screen, but I messaged her multiple times in a few different ways throughout the past months. She didn't respond. So for a while I was giving her all these different chances, and I was being very polite because I was being very understanding because of COVID and everything, you know. It slows a lot of things down, and I took that into account. So I gave her maybe just a little bit of extra time, because she told me in the messages that her turnaround week is about, or her turnaround time is about 3 weeks, which I'm assuming that means in the 3 weeks, that's how much time it takes for her to start on the unit. And so I gave her about 4 weeks, I believe, before I messaged her, and I was like, you know, hey, what's going on with the wig? Can I get an update, or, you know, whatever. I forgot exactly what it is I said. Maybe I just said, hey, Kandy, how are you? I don't know. I have like a lot of messages with this lady. I messaged her like 4 weeks after I ordered the wig to check on it, and then a whole month later, and still, you know, being super polite, understanding, because like I said, COVID was going on. I wasn't sure what shipping and things like that were looking like, if she was even receiving units from, you know, Asia, because she does buy the bundles and like the hair and stuff. Like I didn't know if she, you know, I just didn't know. And it's not like this was something that was really communicated to me directly. I'm not always on Instagram or social media in general, so something that I noticed that she does is she posts a lot of things on her story. So if something's posted on her story, a lot of times I don't see it, which is why I think that it's best for, you know, which is why it would have been a good idea for her to just directly message customers. Now, fast forward though to July, and I was getting a little fed up at this point because at this point it'd been about like 3 months, and it was just kind of getting ridiculous. So let me pull up my Twitter thread. Also, I'm just letting this be known now. Like, I mean, I wouldn't really follow my Twitter unless you are into K-pop and Black women, because that is what I use my account for. It's a fan account. So I made a Twitter thread basically exposing her, asking for help on July 30th. And it took maybe like a day or so for this thread to come back around to her. Maybe not even a day, I really don't even remember. But and then she responded to my DMs on Instagram, because during these months that she wasn't responding to me, I messaged her business number, and I also messaged her Instagram account, you know, just in case something was going on with her business number, or, you know, whatever it is. Now, so she messaged me and she's saying, "Excuse me, may I have your order?" with a screenshot of the message that I was previously sending her, because I'm getting fed up and irritated at this point, because like I said, it had been 3 months. And so we continue to have our conversation about, you know, basically refreshing her memory about my order that I would think that she would have documented somewhere, considering that I paid $497 for a wig that I never received. So she is telling me basically that she got a new phone April 20th. Yeah, April 20th. And now, while this could be an excuse, it is not, because I messaged her multiple times to her phone and also to her Instagram multiple times, trying to get in contact with her regarding my unit. Now, she never wants to ask me for my email. So this is something that comes into play later on in our conversation, where she's basically saying, "You never gave me my email." She never asked for it. The one who's supposed to be taking my order, she never asked for my email. That was not something that she gave me. And you know, it should have been a red flag for me. There are many things in this that should have been a red flag for me. You know, going into this, originally when I was buying the unit, she has a website, and I was trying to buy the unit off of the website, but she wasn't taking payments through her website. She was taking the payments Cash App. Now, I didn't know this at the time, but Cash App, there's no way, I don't think, to like refund money like that unless the person directly sends it back to you. I'm not exactly sure on the exact kind of things about that, but I know that for people to do business through Cash App like that, it's not always reliable, especially if it's just very easy to get scammed, I'll say that. Now, of course, I didn't know that at the time, so that's how I chose to pay her. And there would be multiple times throughout these months that she wasn't responding to me, that she would post on her story, you know, like pictures of orders, but there's no telling how old those pictures were, or, you know, and like just like things like that. Not to mention the fact that she makes other things as well, so that are cheaper, which I'm thinking in my head, like she makes like these little braid caps where it's like a hat and she puts like braids and stuff attached to it. Those are a lot cheaper than the $500 wigs. Now, it makes, to me, I think that maybe that's the type of things that she was sending out. It's just the things are just a little bit cheaper and easier to make, rather than the wigs that it's like her main thing that a lot of people know her for. Now, I also took the time to scroll through like her tagged pictures on like her profile on Instagram, and I noticed that she doesn't really have a lot of customer pictures. It's a lot of reposts of her wigs. It's a lot of influencers sometimes that would be wearing her wigs. Like I know, what is her, Kendra's Boutique, I think the owner of that sometimes wears Kandy's wigs, but I think that maybe Kendra, like, I don't know, does that too. I don't know, maybe they know each other, I don't know, but I'm saying like it's just weird. So she doesn't have a lot of customer pictures. Now that is another thing that I should have taken into account. Another thing that I should have taken into account was searching up her business before buying, before buying from her, because if I would have done that, I would have found a BBB website, which is like a business bureau website with like businesses and things like that. I'll link that down below as well. But she has 13 complaints filed against her. With similar stories to mine, where people would pay almost $500 for their wigs just to never receive them, or would have to go to court with this girl. She has cases against her. She admitted to me in our DMs that whole night that we were messaging that she has cases against her. Now, I'm not about to, I'm not really like a person to go saying negative things about people. But she's a bit delusional, if you ask me. Like, if you just read our messages, a lot of the things that she says doesn't really make sense. She tries to like swerve, change to, I don't know what it is that she hopes to accomplish when she's talking to me in this conversation. But it's just kind of weird. So, I don't know. She put other customers that she's had, conversations with, she's put their conversations in there to me. I tried to be like basically understanding with her, because I'm like, I'm a businesswoman. I have, worked in retail for, since I was 18. I've tried, starting my own businesses and things before, even though those things I didn't really keep up with. But I never scammed nobody, I can tell you that. But I let her know. I was like, hey, it just doesn't seem like you know what you're doing. So just read the messages. It's all there, you know what I'm saying? But she's just very, I don't know. It's just something that's not right in there. Because for her to have 13 complaints filed against her on a business bureau website, for her to have already cases against her and still ongoing cases against her, you would think that something would click in her head, like, hey, maybe I need some help. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I need like, an assistant to take orders down, keep like a history or something. She says apparently that she has a list of like orders that she has, yet mine is not one of them. Now, the thing that's funny also is I'm pretty sure, because she wants to make a wig for Nicki Minaj. This was like what was going on basically during this time, which is why I think I got some interaction on my thread, and I didn't even know about this. But she's trying to make a wig for Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj has like video shoots or something at the time in like July, and she would have wigs on hold for Nicki Minaj, but wouldn't have my wig that I ordered back in April made at all. During this conversation that I had with her on Instagram, and I was DMing her, I basically was like, hey, you could just give me my refund. Like, I just want the refund. I'm not even about to, make this a big ass deal. Like, I really just want my money back. It's been 3 months. And she's just basically saying that she can't do that and this, and that, because she already ordered the hair or something. First off, let me stop her right there, because no, she didn't. No, she didn't. Okay, so of course I didn't know this at the time because I don't physically have anything. So how am I supposed to go off of anything? Now, she didn't physically she didn't have the hair with her at all. Like, she didn't at all. But I'm letting her know, like, listen, there's literally nothing stopping you from giving me a refund, because she claims that she has all these orders and she has so much to, do, blah, blah, and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, so then you can afford to give me my money back and you can make that up. Like, there's no issue with that. And she's like, excuse me, or something like that, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, you have all these orders, but you can't give a refund for one order. Like, it's kind of dumb. So long story short, I did not want to do a partial refund with the hair sent to me. I never accepted that I wanted to do that. This was something that she was going to do regardless, even without my consent of doing it, because she already had my address, because I sent it to her, the screenshots, to refresh the conversation to her. So I'm gonna move backwards a little bit just to read the conversation just as it is, so you can kind of, see what's going on. So I'm starting to get frustrated at this point, and she's, I guess, getting frustrated because I'm, calling her ass out. And she's like, okay, will I be shipping to the same address, or would you prefer the partial refund of $100 or your custom color shipped along with the unit? Once again, I'm sorry this happened to you, but after that experience, I do keep notes of my orders, safely due to my last situation, which you should understand. My clientele has grown tremendously over the months, and I get hundreds of texts now. There are still people's orders I have not yet even accepted. I looked over your messages, love, yourself saying it's not an excuse to me not responding, but I messaged you tonight to see see exactly who you were, because I literally don't even have your number saved in my new phone, nor was it provided in my DM or the screenshots that were sent to me from my client, which is why I came here to contact you. Then she sent me a screenshot of the one with my address, and she's like, also, is this the same shipping address I will be mailing to? And then she sent me $100 partial refund. She's like, I've sent your partial refund. You will receive your tracking in your 3 bundles and matching frontal Wednesday morning once I ship out my other orders, babe. Good night and sorry again. Tuesday I will be sending a written statement. Pause real quick. She says 3 bundles. In our original messages, it does say that I'm supposed to receive 4, that the wig includes 4 bundles and a frontal. So that's already like deducing my order. So it's like, so it won't be a wig, just bundles. This is what I'm saying. It's just I'm like, if that's the case, I want my full refund, because this is way too much. That's a whole $400 spent on nothing. $500 actually. It's like, hey babe, you know, when businesses be trying to do that, call you babe, like stop stop. Don't be doing that, because you're not being understanding. You're not. Anyway, so she's like, hey babe, and yes, it'll be the bundles and frontal. I've refunded you for the color and construction, babe. The links you got were 20-inch frontal, 20, 22, 24-inch, 115 plus 65 plus 75, 75 is 330, and I've sent you the 100. That's still less than 497, which I sent you, so that's just kind of not making any sense. Color or custom color and construction, that's why a lot of people purchase though, because it's a deal to get everything in one instead of buying high bundles and paying someone to make the wig and paying to color, etc. I set my prices up so people could get the full experiences. She's trying to explain all this, but I'm not buying it. I'm like, so it's just blonde bundles then, is what I'm basically getting at. And she's like, with a matching frontal and small gifts and accessories inside. So I'm like, also I don't have Apple Pay, because she sent it to me on Apple Pay. I don't know. I didn't know how this stuff works. I don't use Apple Pay. Just give me money on money. Just give me my money. It's like, okay, that's fine. You can easily add your banking or debit card, and it'll transfer to your bank with no charges or fees instantly. I said, Kandy, there is nothing I can do with that. You can keep the bundles and use them for another customer. I just need my $497 back. She's like, baby, I cannot do that, love bug. Your hair was just purchased. With a bunch of exclamation points. And she's like, the fact that I'm just now getting in contact sucks, but I do have a policy for a reason, and I'm being very professional and understanding by rush shipping your hair you paid for and refunding you the services you didn't get and receive plus extra money in shipping. That is just wrong. She didn't have the hair, that was the thing. I don't know if I said this earlier, but when I received the hair, it was sent from Asia. Meaning, she never ordered it. She never ordered the hair. It was never even in the process of making this wig. It was never done. So she's lying. And then I was like, and this is where the customer service and unprofessionalism comes in. You are your own boss. You can make an exception, and there's literally no one stopping you. She's like, yes, I am. I'm also 20 years old, and I'm not yet a big company. It's 1:20 a.m. where I am, babe. Bunch of dots. Like, do you see this? Me as a small business owner, after literally proving everything, refunding you for your services, plus more gifts and all, and you're unsatisfied? A bunch of periods. Hey. I don't know your hair. I'm recording, so you'll be on the background. But this is the thing about it is though, this is dumb. So she's like, and I'm like, yes, ma'am, and it's 2:20 where I am, because I guess you know where she is. She's an hour behind. My cousin's here, so like the lights are going off in the background. Sorry. And she's like, I literally cannot fully refund you, but she could though, because she never had the hair. She never had it. She just didn't want to give me my money. No, she's like, I literally cannot fully refund you, but I've already sent you the money plus extra for the services you didn't get, a bunch of exclamation marks once again. Your discounted bundles and frontal will be delivered to the address you provided me. I really don't want to make this a legal issue out of this, but I will. I'm so sorry, but love, everything is in the policy. First off, let me explain our policy once again. 7 days. Let me read it actually exactly as it is, because this This don't make no damn sense. Okay, so our policy lasts 7 days. If 7 days have gone by since your purchase, unfortunately, we can't offer you a refund or exchange. To be eligible for a return, your item must be unused and in the same condition that you received it. It must also be in the original packaging. Several types of items are exempt from being returned items. Okay, anyway, so basically, I have 7 days for a refund for an item that I never even received. And it says in the next part that to be eligible for a return, your item must be unused and in the same condition. And once again, I never received the item. So how am I supposed to send it back? And then, because she explained, you know, that she had so many orders, I was like, so you have so many orders, you can refund mine and go about your business just fine. And she was like, excuse me? And I'm like, and if you we can if you don't want to, regarding like the legal case. I promise it won't turn out well for you because that's not at all what I paid for. It's like, ma'am, yes it is, and I will show up with the receipts. You received your $100 partial refund and extra as well. And I said, and I have looked at your policy many times and took that into consideration. You clearly have no empathy. And she's like, and also been promised a granted tracking number, because our we were texting at the same time, so like the responses kind of overlap a little bit, so a lot of this don't make sense, but if you put it together, then you know. Basically, I'll just put all the rest of the screenshots and stuff into it, but in conclusion, she was never gonna give me my refund. She never made the wig. She never even started to make the wig. I don't think she even thought about making the wig. So that's what was going on, and I never received my wig. And then, like I said, when I received the 3 bundles that she sent, I only received the 3 bundles because apparently she was going to send the frontal and the accessories in a separate order. I never received that though. I'm gonna tell you right now, I never received the frontal or the accessories that she was trying to, you know, say makes up for the extra like $100 something. I've had a lot of time to really just kind of like calm myself down over the situation because I was very irritated, it's just a lot. That's $500 just going down the drain. What is that? I got blonde bundles with like, that's it. Definitely not worth $500. I got this $100 partial refund that doesn't even add up mathematically. It's not correct. It's not correct. So I say all of this to say, if you plan on ordering from, actually no. Let me rewind as well. On my Twitter thread, you're gonna see that there were multiple people who were saying also that these were situations that happened to them as well. I got even more DMs since I started that thread saying that this also happened to her. People asking me like, hey, I just ordered a wig from her in July. It's been like a month, I haven't heard anything. Did you ever receive, or what happened, or you know, things like that. And I let them know that no, I never received a wig. I got 3 bundles and a partial refund that doesn't even add up correctly. There are even more. I have permission to basically add their screenshots into this, and it's a very frustrating experience. The only reason why I didn't make it like a legal case is because I wasn't really sure how far I could take it with it being a small claim. I did a lot of research. At the time, I believe that she lived in Tennessee or something, and I looked at the Tennessee return policy, and it's basically whatever the business owner makes their policy, but her policy is also really contradicting and it doesn't make sense. So I mean, I probably still could make a legal case out of it. But I also feel like it would just continue to happen since she already has legal cases against her. So that's why I wanted to make a video about it. And yeah, I just wanted to make a video about it because I feel like a lot of people just need to kind of understand this, because her pictures, they do blow up. They get really popular. I found her on Pinterest and I fell in love with her wigs. I think her wigs are very beautiful. I think she's very talented, but she is not a good businesswoman. She does not know how to keep up with what she's doing. She needs help. She needs help. And honestly, not to be like that person, but I don't think right now is the time for her to be making wigs for celebrities if she can't even keep up with people that she's supposed to be making wigs for every day. All that being said, if you plan to order from her, don't, because I don't think that you're going to receive it. Honestly, I really don't, unless you're like some big influencer who can help spread her name more, then maybe she'll make a wig for you. Because, I mean, Kendra's Boutique has had multiple of her wigs on her head. But other than that, I haven't really seen a lot of other people. I saw maybe one customer that had a wig of hers on, but it was a regular black unit. So I don't even know if I believe that that's hers. A lot of things happened. It was just kind of crazy. So I don't know. I don't even know what to say no more. I'm gonna link the Twitter thread if you just want to go into detail and like read them there. All the messages, they're all there. Yeah. If y'all have any questions, comment down below. If you guys are interested in me starting getting back on YouTube, then let me know. Like I said, a lot of things have been going on in my life, like outside of YouTube, which is why I haven't been on YouTube. I ain't gonna make no promises, but if you guys want to see me back, please let me know, because I have taken less hours at like work and like other things. So and I also have a lot of things that are kind of in the works and in the projects. That sounds a bit ghetto. I have a lot of things that I'm also working on. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I hope you guys learned something from this, even if it's not her specifically. Do your research if you are going to, you know, support a small business. It's ridiculous that you have to say that, even with it being, you know, a Black business. I was happy to find a Black hairstylist who makes these beautiful wigs, but she terrible, like just horrible. I'm sorry. Like, anyway, that's all. I will see you guys hopefully soon, and I love you guys.